EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. Today, we've got a good one on tap in the AFC North, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now on a white and snowy December afternoon. And off we go from Cleveland. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8. Valdez-Scantling in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, boy, tough conditions out there. I don't know if a defender slipped or what, but he had a man wide open, and that's a bad one to miss on. They don't come a whole lot easier than that one right there.
On fourth down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Deep to return is Calvin Austin. And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Warren will try the right side. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. 58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders, as they stop him short of the line to gain. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now Austin. A great return there of 22 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. In motion, the tight end. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Offense.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. On play action. Now Rodgers. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long. Now it's Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. On the give, it's Warren. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Sanders to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Now Sanders. He'll try and do this himself. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or two short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its fourth.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 75 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. A handoff for Warren. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Warren. Heck of a move and then brought down near the 23. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now Rodgers. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Steelers 1st down. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it. Warren. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Running left, it's Warren. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Chris Boswell.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
His dad certainly had a few of these. Joey Porter Jr. there for the sack. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing, Sanders. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
The Browns, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Running right, here's Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Sanders. This one downfield for Tillman. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back Jaylen Warren headed back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 10. On the run, it's Warren. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's Rodgers. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, here's Shador. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he still is yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now a play fake. Rodgers lets it fly for Thielen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a run with Warren. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And even 100 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
This will be caught at about the 5. Yeah, the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That's good.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive.
Williams is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Sanders. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Williams. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
They'll go. Here's Sanders. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll try the left side. Warren. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
That is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Steelers.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Rodgers going to throw. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to launch it for Washington. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the return is Williams. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Cleveland offense making their way out. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Sanders. Gets this over the middle to Tillman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Sanders going to throw again. This will be caught. Judy. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. A really good pickup of 28 yards. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Shador. Pass caught by Fannin. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. To throw again, here's Sanders. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you, and welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen in Orlando, where it almost never snows. These two teams dealing with a light dusting, and that's expected to go on into the second half. Who handles it better? Let's go back out to the stadium and check in with our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Looking to put a drive together. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Sanders. That's complete. It's Malachi Corley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Sanders. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down. It's Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Warren. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On play action, now Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
At the 49-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Mason Graham with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out here with the option left. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Second down and 8. Out of the gun here, Sanders. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
4 yards. That's another Browns first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down and 3. Again, it's Williams. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penalty.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Patrick Queen able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On play action, Rodgers. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. That's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A gain of a yard. First down, Pittsburgh.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Rodgers. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward, picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Austin. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. On 3rd and very short, I guess I'm a little surprised they tried to pop that to the outside.
They must have felt like there was just no space to run the ball inside and decided to go wide and hope that you can just find a crack, find a crease, put your foot in the ground, and get upfield. Unable to get it done.
Boswell's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Sanders. A quick hitter complete. It's Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Here's Sanders. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball, doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go. Here's Sanders. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Here's Rodgers. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Rodgers going to throw. This is caught. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Rodgers finding Valdez-Scantling. And the Steelers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Williams loses the football. The Browns set and ready to go on offense.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now Sanders. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Sanders to throw. Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. To throw now, here's Sanders. And the pressure gets to him again. Patrick Queen getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
A handoff for Warren. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. On the give, it's Warren. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Warren from 17 yards out. And the Steelers are able to add on to that lead. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Cleveland offense making their way out. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They go play action now. Sanders. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he is going to have the Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. To throw is Sanders. Open man, that's Tillman. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Sanders. Gets this over the middle to Tillman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's a 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Shador. There's a short one caught by Fannin.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Sanders. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Derek Harmon with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.